This is breaking news.
Good evening. We have some breaking news to share with you. Convicted killer Jeremiah Bean has been sentenced to death, a decision that came less than a half hour ago.
Last week, Bean was found guilty on 12 counts, including 5 of first-degree murder. Let's get right to Paul Nelson, who has been covering this case since the very beginning. Paul.
Yeah, Wendy, just like he's done the whole trial, Jeremiah Bean stood stone-faced when he was read his verdict. Now, it was a different story for the jury. A lot of them were openly weeping as the verdict was read. They had a very difficult decision. They could have given him either life in prison with or without parole, or 50 years with the possibility of parole. But in the end, they did give him the death penalty. Just hours earlier, the attorneys gave their closing arguments. Prosecutors addressed the jury one last time, explaining why they think Jeremiah Bean deserves to be put to death for his crimes.
He came into their life, into their homes, their cars. He's responsible for the bloodshed, the violence, and ending their lives, their dreams.
Bean murdered 5 people in May of 2013. His first victims were Bob and Dottie Pape inside their Fernley home. 3 days later, he killed Ellie Graham near Mustang, and later that day murdered Lester Lieber and Angie Duff inside her home, 2 doors down from where Bean was staying.
And we need to remember that the victims were people. They had lives. They had families. They had dreams.
The defense argued for a lighter sentence, asking the jury to have mercy on Bean and his family.
He's not a demon. He was born out of hell to roam the earth. He's a human being who was behind the 8 ball genetically.
Davies says mitigating evidence like Bean's upbringing, drug abuse, gang activity, and lack of intelligence are reasons why he should be spared. He also says that spending the rest of his life behind bars is a fate worse than death.
I called him a coward then, and I tell you right now, I call him a coward right now. And I think you all agree with me. But a coward dies many times before his death.
Now, some of the family members have been waiting for more than 2 years to hear this verdict, and the ones that I talked to said this is exactly the verdict they wanted, but nothing will bring their loved ones back. We'll have more reaction on this coming up tonight at 11. Covering breaking news live in Yerington, Paul Nelson, Channel 2 News.